Bismillah. Yo, what's up, dear students? Today our lesson, animals with a backbone. Are you ready? Let's go. Fish. Fish are vertebrates that live in water. They are cold-blooded animals. A cold-blooded animal is an animal whose body temperature changes with a temperature of water or air around it. When the air or water around such an animal is cold, the animal becomes cold. A cold-blooded animal becomes warm when the air or water around it's warm. The skeleton of a fish is simpler than that of other vertebrates. Most fish have skeletons made of bone. The shark and stingray have skeletons made of cartilage. So, some scientists believe that sharks and stingrays are not true fish. Cartilage is a soft, bone-like material that bends. You can feel cartilage in the tip of your nose. Most fish are covered with scale. A scale is a flat bony structure. Scales cover the body of a fish and protect it. Fish also have fin. A fin is a structure on a fish that helps it move through the water. The drawing shows the different fins on a fish. How many fins can you count on this fish? Almost all living things need oxygen. Animals that live on land get oxygen from the air. You may wonder how fish get oxygen underwater. There is oxygen dissolved in the water. Fish take in the oxygen found in water through their gill. Gills are thin, fissury structures that are filled with blood. Fish use gills for breathing. To breathe, a fish takes water into its mouth. The water then flows over the gills. Oxygen from the water goes into the blood in the gills. The blood in the gills picks up a waste material from the rest of the fish's body. This was the material in carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide passes through the gills and then out of the body into the water. This is how the fish breathes underwater. Fish are found in both fresh water and salt water. They are found in many shapes and sizes. Some fish look very different from most other fish. The seashore looks like a tiny horse. The eel has long, slender body and small scales. Fish are major source of food for people. For thousands of years, fish have been gathered from streams, rivers, and oceans. Each year, about 66 billion kilograms of fish are caught. This is enough to feed each person on Earth. About 17 kilograms of fish a year. Amphibians. An amphibian is cold-blooded vertebrate that lives parts of life in water and part on land. Frogs, toads, and salamanders are some common amphibians. The outside of an amphibian's body is usually moist and slimy. Amphibians do not have scale. Most adult amphibians live on land. They return to water to lay their eggs. A few amphibians spend almost their entire life in water. These include bullfrogs and some salamanders such as mud puppies. Most adult amphibians breathe through lungs. Lungs are organs through which animals get oxygen from air. The mud does not have lungs. It has gills outside its body through which it can breathe underwater. Amphibians which lungs cannot live completely in Amphibians with lungs cannot live completely in water. They must they must come to the surface to breathe air. Amphibians can also get oxygen through their skin. Amphibians such as frogs and toads go through several stages of growth during their life. Look at the drawings and follow the life of the frog. The frog lies eat eggs in water. Fish-like animals called tadpoles hatch from these eggs. Tadpoles live in water and have gills. As, as the tadpole gets older, it grows a tail. At this stage, the tadpole looks more like a fish. The back legs and front legs form. The frog develops lungs and comes out on land. Adult frogs usually live on land and have lungs. Other amphibians go through stages of growth like this. Reptilia. Reptilias. A reptile, cold-blooded vertebrate that has lungs and dry skin. Almost all reptiles have scales. Most reptiles live on land and lay eggs. Some give birth to live young. The eggs of reptiles are laid on land. These eggs have a tough covering that prevents the eggs from drying out on land. There are four main groups of reptile. These are alligators, crocodiles, the snakes, the lizards, and the turtle. Alligator and crocodiles make up one group of reptile. They are large four-legged reptile. They look alike, but their color and shape of their snout help to tell them apart. Crocodiles are green and gray, while alligators are gray and black. Crocodiles have a more slender and pointed snout than do alligator. The two drawings show how the crocodile and alligator are different. Can you tell me them apart? Snakes make up largest group of reptile. They do not have legs and their bodies are covered with thin scale. Snakes can be large or they can be small. The anaconda from South America can be more than 9 meters long. The three-headed snake is only about 20 centimeters long. Snakes have an interesting way of eating. They swallow their food whole. The picture shows a snake with a mouse in its mouth. Mouse? Most of the things snakes eat are larger than their mouth. When a snake eats an animal larger than its mouth, the snake's lower jaw separates from the upper jaw. This allows the snake's mouth to open very wide. Also, the snake's teeth and curved backward. This makes it hard for an animal to escape from the snake's jaws. Another group of reptile is the lizards. There are many different kinds of lizards. Many live in deserts and other hot, dry areas. Lizards have claws on their toes. As shown in the picture, the body of a lizard is covered with scale. The chameleon is one of the most interesting lizards. Chameleons live in trees and catch insects for food. They can change color. These lizards can change from brown to green to gray. The chameleon is the picture is changing color. These changes help these animals to blend in with their surrounding. How can this be helpful? Turtles make up the last, the last group of reptile. The body of turtle is protected by a shell. When in danger, a turtle pulls its legs and head into its shell. How does this help in it to survive? The turtle in the pictures are box turtle. They can close their shells very tightly. Some turtles live on land. Others spend most of their time in water. Birds. Birds are warm-blooded animals that are covered with feathers. Okay. Uh, a warm-blooded animal is an animal whose body temperature stays the same even when the temperature of the air or water around it changes. Birds are vertebrates with lungs like reptile. Birds Lay eggs. Their eggs are in a hard shell. Wings and feathers make birds different from other vertebrates. Most birds use their wings to fly. Some birds, such as penguins, have feathers and wings, but cannot fly. Birds can be found living on land, in trees and on water. What birds can be found on water? The bones and feathers of birds are made in a special way to help birds fly. The bones are hollow and light. The bones are hollow and light. The feathers have a hollow central shaft. This shaft makes feathers strong but light. Some large birds may have as many 25,000 feathers. All birds lose and replace their feathers during a year. This regular loss of a feather is called molting. They, uh, the major use of feathers is to help birds to fly. Feathers are also needed to keep birds warm. Some birds fluff, some birds fluff their feathers when they are cold. This fluffing forms more air spaces between the feathers and helps to keep birds warm. Ducks and geese have small fluffy feathers called down near the skin. Down traps air and helps to keep the birds warm. Perhaps you have a jacket or blanket filled with down. These small feathers help to keep your body warm. Because birds are very active animals, they need a great deal of energy, so they eat a lot of food. Some, some birds spend most of their life hunting for food. The diet of birds is varied. Some birds eat nuts, while others eat seeds. Birds such as the one shown above eat oysters. Birds living near the waters sometimes eat fish that they spear with their beaks. Still others, such as ducks and the flamingo, hel- hello, eat tiny water plants and animals. Birds show a great variety in nests and nest building. The nests of some birds are built by the male bird, others are built by the female bird, still others are built by both male and female. Nests are of all shapes and sizes. Some nests, such as those of weavebirds, are extremely large. As many 600 birds may work together to build house house nests. Nests can be made of twigs, leaves, or feathers. They can also be made of mud or other substances that birds find. Nests can hang from tree branches or rest on ground. Some nests are even built under piles of rotting leaves. Some birds can be harmful to people. For example, mm, pigeons. Some birds can be harmful to people. For example, pigeons can carry disease that harm people's lungs. Pigeons are also nests because they damage buildings. Oh, next lesson, mammals. Sütümüzler. The most complex group of vertebrate is the mammals. A mammal is a warm-blooded vertebrate that is usually covered with fur or hair. Mammals are different from other vertebrates in two main ways. First, the body of a mammal is all or partly covered with fur or hair. A very hairy mammal is a gorilla. A mammal with just a small amount of hair is the elephant. A second way mammals differ from other vertebrates is that all mammals people produce milk for their young. The picture shows spinal puppies getting milk from their mother. The young of most mammals develop inside the mother's body. Some mammals produce a large number of young at one time. For example, males may give birth as many as 8 to 10 young. Large mammals such as elephants usually have only one baby. The time needed for the young to grow inside the mother's body is not always the same. It varies from one kind of mammal to another. Large mammals take longer to grow than small mammals. A small mammal such as hamster grows in 15 days. A large mammal such as a giraffe takes about 442 days. Dogs take about 60 63 days to grow in the mother's body. Whales grow in about 450 days. Some mammal babies grow for a very short time inside the mother's body. When they are born, they are not fully formed. They are very small and helpless. They crawl into the mother's warm pouch and continue to grow there. The kangaroo and the opossum are mammals whose young develop in a pouch. The picture shows tiny opossum babies feeding inside their mother's pouch and kangaroo with its young. Some mammals are important to people. These are mammals that are used for food and other products. Cattle, pigs, and sheep are raised for meat. Foods such as cheese, cream, and butter come from the milk produced by cows. Belts, shoes, footballs, and leather coats are products made from mammal skins. Some mammals can be harmful to people. Rats are harmful mammal. Rats spread disease to humans. Often rats will eat stored food, such as fruit and grains. Millions of dollars are lost each year because of damage from rats. Kann jetzt